Don't
be so begrudging.
No, I'm not. I just you
don't buy it, do you?
Well, no. Sports gives us McGuire Sosa, Butler in the national championship, Linsanity in New York. This doesn't feel like, I'm not saying it's just going to now unravel. What is the ceiling of this team?
Okay, so that's a good question.
Big ceiling, week after week, have a couple injuries. This year, what's the ceiling?
Okay, number one is you have to, and this is exactly the route I just took with Alabama. You have to be fair and evaluate what the team is and who it's going to face. Okay? Just did it with Bama. I told you Bama's still going to be favored the rest of their schedule.
That's fair.
Colorado has to play as tough a schedule as anybody out there because the Pac-12 is the deepest conference in the country
right
this year.
Now it is, yeah.
They face Oregon in 2 weeks in Bo Nix.
Eugene?
That's in Eugene.
Oh, boy.
Then you've got to come home the next week and play Caleb Williams in USC.
Oh, brother.
They still have UCLA on that schedule. They still have Utah on that schedule. They still have Oregon State on that schedule. So what is the ceiling for Colorado? And by the way, I'm going to say this, and Deion will play it for his team because he'll feel like this is disrespectful. I think Colorado is an 8-win team. With the schedule that they have.
You would have taken that a month ago.
Oh, of course.
8 wins is great.
Of course. That's +7 in the win column. That's unheard of. Remember, this is a 1-11 team. They played 7 ranked opponents last year, lost by an average of 36. They're 2-0, ranked 18th in the country, and they've got a quarterback that some are considering a top 10 pick this year if he decides to come out. He's leading the country in passing.
As somebody who went to Colorado, sparingly to class, but nonetheless, you went to Colorado.
You know what? You're actually pretty accurate with that.
Would it bother you if they win 8 games, win a bowl game, and he bolts to the NFL? Would you feel
he's not going to the NFL?
Well, let's just play hypothetical.
But I don't need to. He's not going to the NFL. I don't know if he's going to be at Colorado for sure. I can't say that, but he's not going to the NFL.
Why?
Deion doesn't want to coach in the NFL. He's told me that point blank to my face. He believes that his role is more as a mentor.
Yeah.
He loves coaching kids.
Yeah.
And this is where he feels called. In fact, the word that he used with us in our meeting, and you'll know this because he's very forward about his faith, he believes this is his ministry. To be there for kids in college, be a father figure to kids in this moment in their life. Guys like Jimmy Horn Jr. or Dylan Edwards, he's been coaching since he was in Little League. He's not going to the NFL, period. Now, whether he's at Colorado for any length of time, I'm not sure. Because there are going to be a lot of people that come calling. I obviously hope that he stays. Deion is not going to coach in the NFL.
Okay, since I'm older than you barely, if I was your father and you were my quarterback's son,
okay,
and you came with me as I took over a program, I would say, listen, son, strike when the iron is hot. I think if you had a Sanders year, I'd say, listen, Joel,
go.
Trust father, go pro.
Yeah.
So I just think you don't get the money back. I absolutely think after Caleb Williams, there'll be people that argue he's the second best quarterback. What do you do? What do you project?
Yeah. It's a great question and a great problem to have, right? You talk about a champagne problem, right?
Right.
That is a champagne problem. Having said that, I have seen Drake May live, and I don't want to take away. Like, Drake May is unbelievable. Quinn Ewers now is playing great. Michael Penix is going to be right up there. Riley Leonard is going to be up there, and this is all outside of Caleb Williams already. So you always have to take your draft evaluation in context of the strength of the position group that year. And this year looks like it's going to be a ridiculously strong quarterback.
I think just the Pac-12 alone.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
5 guys.
By the way, 5 or 6 guys in the Pac-12 would start everywhere in the SEC. Think about that. So if I'm Shedeur Sanders, then other things have to be called into question. Now, would anyone fault him if he was rated as, hey, you're the second or third or even fourth best guy? We think you would be a top 10 pick. Yeah, he might go. Absolutely. And I don't think anyone would begrudge him that opportunity. But if you're him and it's the NIL era and you've got Sanders on your back, and you can make multiple millions playing for your dad, and you know that your dad's staying probably next year. Why? Because Travis Hunter followed him there, and Travis Hunter can't leave.
Yeah.
I don't think Deion's going anywhere because of Travis Hunter. Travis followed him to Jackson State, now to Colorado. He can't transfer because he hasn't graduated. So Deion's going to stay for Travis. I think Shedeur might stay for Travis. Yeah. In particular because of the draft strength of the quarterback position this year. Yeah. And when you project
number
it forward,
one,
potentially he would be in the number one conversation the next year. I don't think he gets into that conversation with Caleb.
No, he won't. He won't. And by the way, Drake May is big moves, big arm. Drake May is a great prospect.
At this point, they're all playing like top 5 picks, right? Yeah. So that's a champagne problem if you're Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah. So I'm just going to say it. USC looks really good.
Oh, I didn't know.